Pattaya City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
G'day and Swadee Carb. Well, Ren Alexander here for the Pattaya City Expat Club, coming to you coronavirus free over the internet, right? So today we were very lucky. We had the joy of public speaking given by our guest speaker, Claudio Sennhauser. And well, let's firstly do the most important thing you taught, which is the three big principles, most important principles of public speaking, which are, number one.
Number one is that it's not about you, right? When you give a presentation, you want to answer the question that people have in mind, what does this do for me? And this can be an idea, a product, a service, whatever it is. But you need to turn it around. Instead of telling people what it is, tell them what it does. Tell them what it means.
Yes, I've heard it described as WIIFM.
Correct. That's the first time I heard this. I was in my early 20s, and it was one of the motivational speakers in the United States. And he even made it so that it stuck with my mind because he said most people's favorite radio station is WIIFM. Because in the US, most radio stations start with a W and end with FM, right? And so people were like, what does he mean, favorite radio station? And then he went into it and said, what is in it for me? Yeah.
What's in it for me, WIIFM. And the second principle?
The second principle is that, it's not about you, it's the first one. The second principle is...
Remember what you were going to say. That's very important.
Remember what you're going to say. Right.
The second principle? We know the third principle is keep it simple, right?
Keep it simple. The second principle is, wow.
Tell a story? Should we tell a story?
Can we cut it?
No, we're on continuous shooting here. But this can happen to you when you actually give a speech or when you're giving an interview. You can dry up, right? And that's the reality of what happens. And of course, when you're on stage, you can't sort of say, "Well, I'm just going to go. I'll come back in 5 minutes." So you just have to carry on, and that's what we do in these interviews. We always just carry on. Then at the end, one of the biggest principles was
remember it?
Practice.
Do you remember the second one?
I think I've caught the contagious emotion thing, which is forgetting.
There you go.
Yes.
So
he taught it that emotions are contagious. So it was about emotions.
It's about feelings, right? It's about feelings and how you're impacting feelings, because feelings are really what makes people move to action ultimately.
Yeah. Now I've had a speaker come and talk here, and they were talking about charity, and it's really more moving to give rather than to receive, and they were like crying at places, and afterwards they wanted to apologize. Says, no, that was great. It's real, right? Yes. Be real.
Yes, it's those emotions, authentic emotions, right? You cannot fake it. That's for sure. You cannot fake the emotions. You have to feel them. If you are enthusiastic about something, there is a difference than playing enthusiastic about something. People will notice it.
Yeah, so that's two things to take away is what's in it for me, FM, and also be enthusiastic. So it's about something you're passionate about, right? That's really important.
Correct. Really talk about something that you know, right? If you don't know a subject well enough, you are just not getting that energy, that excitement through and over to the audience.
And the other thing, of course, is you really encouraged us and opened up one of the things you're involved in now, which is...
Toastmasters, yes. I've been a member of Toastmasters for about 2 years now, and I consider it one of the best decisions that I have made, joining Toastmasters, not so much to learn public speaking, but more so for me as a lab to test things out, and most importantly, to make new friends, like-minded friends, because all the members of Toastmasters, they are kind of, cut from the same cloth. They all want to improve themselves personal development is a big thing for them, and of course communication is a large part of personal development.
Yeah, no, very, very much so. So we hope you'll come back, of course. I don't know, what would you talk about next time?
Whatever you want me to talk about, as long as I can be passionate about it, But no, it's my job is to help people with communication, to give some tips and tricks. So it doesn't have to be public speaking. It can be, I do a lot of sales trainings, right, where I teach people how do you sell a product effectively. We can talk about, whatever you feel might be most beneficial to your members.
I was thinking about gearing stuff towards an audience. I actually heard a talk. It was about how we make purchase decisions, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it was actually a really interesting talk, but he didn't slide it towards the audience. He didn't talk about how you as, there was all male audience here, so how you as males in the city make purchase decisions. It'd be like, for instance, if it was women, you were giving this talk to about how you make purchase decisions. It could be like shoes or something, right? Mm-hmm. So that idea that you can take your passion and then gear it towards members of the audience is vital.
Absolutely. There's no question in my mind, right? When I look, for example, at sales, right? When you think about what happens at the moment you go from, I don't want this, or you are neutral and go like, well, I'm not sure, to, yes, I want it, right? This usually takes place in a split second. And what happens during that second? I call it the transfer of enthusiasm.
Yes,
this can be a friend of yours that just got the latest phone or camera, and he shows it to you so enthusiastically that at one point during that demonstration, that spark of enthusiasm comes over to you.
Yes, I did listen to some talks by a person who trains in sales, and he said ethical selling is the transfer of enthusiasm.
Yes. 100%. And my background is in sales. I've been a technology evangelist. I've been a salesperson, a marketing guy. And to me, every single time that I see somebody going from to yes, I want, is a transfer of enthusiasm.
Yes, and unethical selling is transfer of non-genuine enthusiasm.
There you go.
But it's been a delight having you here, and I hope you'll come back. And I need to go and check out Toastmasters out there, because I'm always into this whole idea of becoming better and improving.
You will be right at home with this club, for sure.
But for now, goodbye, Swati Kab, wash your hands.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.